Well, hello there, welcome back. My name's Kanan, and this is my thoughts that are within my brain on The Wandering Village. And this one has an early access on Steam, and also Game Pass has it as a game preview. And while I'm not going to tell you to put everything down and rush your little tootsies home to play it, I will say it's pretty fucking good, and definitely a DL at least on the Game Pass. So hit those like and subscribe buttons because you really do me a solid when you do things like that. And let's take a look at what we all came here for. Okay, so story-wise, you're one of few villagers that have survived this nasty pollution that's going around caused by plants. And you've taken salvation on the back of a wandering giant monster called Onbu. Onbu? Wonder if its actual name was Boo, and they kept on saying, Onbu, come on, Onbu, and eventually it just stuck. Anywho, that's how it all started. And as for that gameplay, well, basically it's a city builder. Yep, you heard me right. This is a city builder. And what a city builder it is. There are different difficulty levels from the tutorial, which is what I played mainly, right up to the actual expert levels, and you get less resources and things like that, which is pretty cool. And as you would guess, you start with nothing. Started with nothing and have to progress upwards. The tutorial I found was pretty decent in showing you what to do and having you do those tasks in order to move on to the next thing. And there is a pretty decent effect at the beginning where you're starting off and Onbu is asleep to start with, and then as you're building he actually wakes up, gets up and starts wandering off. And depending how far in you're zoomed, this is visible, so you can actually see him wandering around, sort of. You can zoom right back and you can see the whole map. You can zoom into him so you can actually see him wandering around, or you can zoom in and then closer and closer to the actual villagers and what you're doing as you wish. The building side I found rather intuitive. It was fun to do. To start with, you have to gather your resources, wood and everything. You can put everything on priority, including your buildings as you actually build them. As you would also expect, you can demolish anything you wish when you don't want them. There is a building tree that you have to research items in order to build more items. But some items can't be researched unless you have these points, and these points come from exploration. And when you get them, you can start advancing more and more. I find it pretty cool that you can upgrade the actual huts that you live in to like bigger huts and bigger and more extravagant things. And also you have to build like farms and the like. Again, it was quite impressive building a farm and then saying where you want your actual cultivations to be. As you would expect, there are the speed up options, so you can speed the game right up to ×4 or just have it at normal speed. So this actually was quite handy because at 4 times the speed you can get shit done really quickly and not have the monotonousness of waiting for it. All your building stuff are all split up into different categories. So you've got your village, then you've got your farming, and then you've got your resources, and then you've got Onbu. And each of these can be upgraded and gain different things, as you can imagine, as you progress. The Onbu side of it's actually quite interesting. You can build things to try and communicate with Onbu. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do what you want it to do, but there is a really decent symbiotic feel to this game, whereas if Onbu gets injured or poisoned or the like, you have to try and cure him and help him out. There's also the feeding of Onbu. You don't really want him to starve because, well, that's what you're travelling on. A starved Onbu is a not very good for you Onbu. That honestly does make sense. Please go back and listen to it once more. I have to admit that I started playing this game and an hour later I looked at the clock and thought, holy crap on a stick, an hour's gone by and I didn't even realise it. That's a good thing, by the way. There is literally a shit ton of things to do in this game, and trust me, I spent a good 10 minutes zooming in and out looking at all the little details as well, which was kind of fun. And talking about fun, let's have a look at the graphics, shall we? Well, as you can see, it does actually look quite nice. Zoom all the way out, less detail obviously, but it's still quite impressive, the size of the map. Zoom in a little bit more, see Onbu, and his wandering around. While it's not the most interesting thing at times to watch, it can be very helpful indeed at times. And I do appreciate the devs putting a little bit more effort into this part, as it really does give the character a great presence. As for the sound, I also enjoyed this. It's very rare that I'll actually leave the music up, but I did. And I did enjoy the fact that the world has atmosphere all over it. You can hear it and feel it in your loins. And I do remember a couple of times thinking, blooming heck, they put a bit of effort into this game. And as for my final thoughts, I do like city building games, but I have to admit, for a very long time now, I haven't been gripped like this. And I am quite thankful for being brought back into a genre that I love. Thank you, dev team. This game just oozes quality and I love it. And I'm also hoping that I'll have my gameplay stream out by the time I release this. And if so, go watch that as well, because it's going to be mental. So do I think it's worth purchasing for 20 quid? Yes, I do. Do I think you should go onto Game Pass if you have it and download it from there for free so that you can get an idea of what the actual game's like? Yes, I do. I've probably only played a small portion of this game so far, a few hours, but I think if that's any indication of where this game is going, I think we're onto a winner here. And I think if you're into the city building genre, you should hit those like and subscribe buttons. And if you're not, well, I think you should still hit those like and subscribe buttons. Go ahead, you're doing me a big favour. Give us a comment below. I know this is out now, so if you played it, let us know whether I'm right or wrong, or let us know any thoughts you have upon the game, or indeed any questions you want me to answer about it, and I'll do my best for you. Feel free to come and join us in our community Discord. It's a wonderful place to be. Just come and chat with me. Yes, thank you for joining me. Have a great day or night, depending on where you are in the world. Take care of yourself out there. Sit on Boo, sit, good creature. Because life is better when we game together.